Hey everybody, it is Tiani and I just wanted to go live. It's Purpose with Passion Thursdays. It is 9:07, so I'm running a little bit late, but I wanted to say hello to everybody and to talk about the joy of choices, the joy in choices. And I actually had to steal away in a quiet room because I'm surrounded by so many people who are constantly trying to get my attention, and sometimes I feel like, and sometimes we feel like, God, we're always giving and giving to everyone else. I feel like I don't have a choice. Like everybody's trying to grab me and take me, and all these things are happening to me and not for me, and I'm not an active participant. But today I want to talk about how you actually are an active participant and how you can actually see that and view that and sort of take control of your own life in that area. So for those of you who are live, thank you for joining me. This is Dani Hidalgo for the Purpose with Passion series, and I just want to talk about the joy in choices. So here we go. I just wrote a couple notes for myself, so if you see me glancing away, it's because I'm looking at my notes. All right. So I was saying that so many of us feel like that we have no opportunities, that we're constantly tossed into things, and that things are happening to us, and the circumstances of life just kind of take us in a whirlwind of things here, there, and wherever. And we really don't have any choices, but we actually do. And as we enter the holidays, first of all, I'm so excited because so many people seem so upbeat around this time. People get to hang out with their families, and they get to celebrate, whatever holiday you celebrate around this time. But I also know that there's people who are, sad around this time, and maybe those of you who have lost people remember them around this time. So for you, I give you my love and my hugs, and I feel your pain. But I want to talk a little bit about the energy that it takes to be, sort of joyous and not joyous, right? Because it actually takes the same amount of energy to be joyful and not joyful. And it's all about how you choose to invest it, right? So for example, there's lots of times when, you're at your job and you're going through experiences with people. And so what happens? You end up thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, all these negative thoughts are happening in your mind. Oh, I can't believe this person said this. I can't believe they got tossed into this situation, and all these different things at work. But it takes the same amount of energy of you thinking all those things to actually think the opposite. Like, okay, why is this happening, right? Like, first of all, pause, think. What are the thoughts that I actually want to think about this? Do I want to go down that slippery slope of thinking negatively about it, right? Or do I actually want to invest my time thinking about how this can actually serve me, right? So why am I tossed into the situation? Maybe there's something I have to learn here. Maybe there's something I have, learn about the people that I'm interacting with here, right? Maybe there's something in the situation that's valuable to me, and I'm just not seeing it. And you don't know how many people I talk to about their current jobs, and I always say, if you leave your job and you hate it so much, don't forget that you're going to take yourself to the next job. So whatever hangups you had, whatever negative feelings and whatever negative thoughts you had about that job that you're in now, you're probably going to bring it to your next one. So solve it and resolve it here and now while you have the opportunity. So in that way, invest your energy in actually solving and solutioning and even just being present. You don't even have to do anything. Just being present to what's going on, right? Use the energy for that rather than going down that negative slippery slope, okay? So another example is this liking a person, is your interactions with people. Now, as an empath, I have learned many things over the last few decades about how to interact with people and how to invest my time with people appropriately so that I can set the right boundaries for me. It may not be the same for you, but for me, I have to set specific boundaries because I know that I'm sensitive. So the energy of other people when they're in a negative state, I can feel it and I tend to absorb it, right? So I have to find ways to either limit the amount of time I have with these people or find ways to transmute the energy that I get from these people. So not take it in, or if I take it in, to release it somehow, right? So it's cool because my cousin sent me this video recently about sort of the journey of an empath, and it showed an empath kind of gathering negative energy from everybody they meet, just because we're, we have the heart. We want to help people. We want to help people so bad, right? So helping these people, we take on this energy as an empath, and by the end of the day, the image was of the person in black, because we've taken on all this stuff. And what we have to do at the end of the day is serve ourselves. So whether it's spending time with animals, whether it's taking an Epsom salt bath, whether it's doing something fun that we enjoy, watching some TV, relaxing, reading, putting aromatherapy, whatever works for you as an empath, that's what we use to sort of release it, right? But the point is that, try to use your energy wisely, so that, one, you don't necessarily take on other people's stuff, right? Because the fact of the matter is you can control that. You can affect how you take on other people's junk. So use your energy in, setting the appropriate boundaries for yourself, but also figuring out ways to transmute it, rather than complaining about it and sort of diving deep into whatever that negativity was with that individual that you don't like about them, or that, whatever negative stuff they're bringing to you. So learn how to manage your energy. You have that choice. Okay, that's the whole point of this whole talk, about having joy, the joy in your choices. Okay, so basically, it takes the same amount of energy to feel miserable and joyless than it is to concentrate, on things that actually bring you joy. So believe me when I tell you that it has taken me a long time to figure out some of the things that I can do personally to, like I said, use that energy wisely, but it can be done, right? You have to figure out what is it that works for you. What kind of person are you? How do you interact with people? How do you like interacting with people and like interacting in situations, so that you can choose the right situations to put yourself in? Like someone I know is very much of an introvert. So whenever she's in a situation where, okay, I have to choose, I have 3 parties that I got invited to this month. Okay, which party is the one that I'm going to go to? Because I know that I'm highly sensitive and I don't want to hang around huge crowds of people. It affects me and I become very tired, this particular person. So she has to choose wisely, okay, which one would I want to go to? Which one would be the most fun for me? Which one has the people that I care about the most and love the most? And which one is going to affect me the least, right? Maybe she takes all of that into account before making a decision. So figure out what that is for you. What choices do you have in that scenario? You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to use your money and use your time and use your energy in any of the situations if you don't want to. You get to choose. So that's the whole point, right? The joy in choices. And especially as we move into these holidays, I want to empower you all to sort of, figure out what is it for you? What is it that actually lifts you up and brings you, to a higher place rather than drains your energy? And I've had to tell so many people that over the years, you didn't have to go to that party. You didn't have to hang out with that person. That you invited that person over, but you could have told them that you had something to do after a certain time. There are ways that you can create the right scenarios for yourself. So figure out what those scenarios are and, choose wisely, basically. So you get to choose when, how, and why you do everything that you do every day. And I want you to know that, because everybody thinks that things happen to them, but things are happening for you and with you, because you are a co-creator. You are creating your experience as much as things are sort of interacting around you, because you're engaging with those things, okay? So choose wisely. What is it that you want to do and how you want to interact, and what kind of amazing fun you want to have. So that is all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed today's session. It's all about the joy in choices, and happy holidays. I won't be doing the Purpose with Passion next week, but I will be doing something very, very soon, because I am launching a mini course, a mini series actually, that I'm going to talk about in the next couple of weeks. And I hope to see you guys around soon. Enjoy the Purpose with Passion series. There's a bunch of videos like this if you like it, and share it for those of you who know people who need to hear this. And I would love to hear your comments about your experiences, about your choices that you've had to make, about maybe your empathic nature, and yeah, hope this was helpful. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the Purpose and Passionful side. Bye.